Welcome to Talking Over Coffee. I'm Claude Prince. Today I have a conversation with acting coach, actress, and author Judy Kerr from our studio in Hollywood. Join me today on Talking Over Coffee. Welcome back. Joining me is a legend here in Hollywood. Here we have Judy Kerr with us. Thank you so much for joining me, Judy.
Well, thank you for asking me.
So I want to get started with this introduction, and I'm going to read from the back of your book to give this introduction. Quote, a wonderful introduction to the world of showbiz, close quotes, Jerry Seinfeld. First-rate primer, excellent refresher course, close quotes, Jason Alexander. Quote, this is good. Judy, this is good. Close quotes, Julie Louise Dreyfus. From Seinfeld, of course. Judy Kerr, acting coach, actress, dialogue coach on Seinfeld, has taught, nurtured, and guided the success of hundreds of actors. She shares a lifetime of techniques and tricks of the trade, everything you need to develop your talent, your career, your life. It is a pleasure to have you. Judy Kerr, welcome to our broadcast today.
Thank you. That sounds so impressive.
Well, I mean, I said, what other better way to introduce you from the back of your cover? And it helps in selling your books, of course, as well.
Right. But you know, that is my goal in life. I don't know why I've been driven to do this. This is the 11th edition, and I've been writing it 22 years. 1985 was the first copyright with a very slim little book that was sold at a the theatrical bookstore here in Los Angeles at Samuel French, and so it's obviously grown. This final edition is 644 pages, so obviously I have lots to say, and I started writing it for my class. I started teaching 30 years ago, and I was tired of saying the same thing over and over, where to get your pictures taken or how you have to be in your pictures, and this is your marketing tool. It isn't just a model picture or your high school graduation picture. It has to be something special. So that's how the book came about.
Well, it's a fascinating book, and we're going to get right into it here. And I wanted to read some quotes here. You said, quote, fear is usually what stops us from trying something new. Learn how, act as if you are not afraid. Develop and value your beginner's mind. You can't be good right off the bat. Acting is a craft, close quotes. Can you explain?
Well, first of all, to be driven to want to act is something that's inside you, be it your soul or your mind. I don't know where it exists. I just know it does. And if you have that little knot in you that's driving you to live your life as an artist, then you want to become the best artist that you can be, and you can't do that without failing. So you have to keep trying. Someone asks you to do a walk-on in their student film, or they ask you to do a small scene in the play they're doing, or they're shooting something on their home video and they want you to do something. You have to be willing to jump in and do it, and to study and find out how to take this craft, because acting is a craft. It is acting as if, it's using your life experience, it's using imagination. The name of the book is Acting is Everything, and that's very purposeful, because it's everything you do, it's everything you hope to be, it's everything you have been. It's a violinist has an instrument, or any musician has an instrument to play. All we have is our voice, our body, our thoughts, our very essence and being of who we are. And as actors, it's very important to always be learning new things, always be adventurous and curious, and that beginner's mind. The moment that we lose our beginner's mind, our acting just takes a nosedive, because if you already know how to do it, if you already know everything that there is to be known about a certain subject, then you lose the curiosity. And that's what the camera loves about us.
He's kind of getting at the curiosity.
Right, is to look in and see what are they thinking. And if I'm not thinking thoughts of what I'm curious about, then I'm not going to be very interesting to watch.
So you're saying that you get involved, basically, is what you're saying. Don't kind of look down on I'm too good for this. I'm not good for that. I remember was it Harrison Ford who said that he was a carpenter. You've heard the story probably many times, and he went to be an actor, and he said he was looking at being paid in certain categories and his worth, and then Al Pacino saying an actor would do anything. It's just two different philosophies.
Right.
What's your thoughts on that, in the sense where people are saying, I want the money, versus I like to do it as the art?
Well, if they want the money, I say go to medical school and put in your hours and your things, and you'll probably make a lot of money. I don't know that acting can be, or any artistic life. Mm-hmm. It's just two different things. It's why most actors or most artists, they will all say, I'm not that good at business. It's two different strains of your mind, be it right or left brain or whatever it is. It just, an artist is living to create. And whether that's they create a lovely little moment where they're on CSI and they say, I'll take 3 burgers, and because it's a hot dog stand or whatever, or McDonald's, and then they're off. Mm-hmm. And so they create that person of doing that. And maybe SAG minimum is $700 a day, so they make $700 to do that. And
which is not that bad today, right?
Well, but how many jobs do they get in a year? It's nothing to live on.
No.
And so actors, for the most part, I don't even know how to tell someone to choose acting to make a good living. I think if you want to be famous, I think you should do a reality show. Those people seem to be...
Well, that's the trend kind of in Hollywood now.
Yeah, they seem to be getting famous, if that's what you want. But if you really, if you're just dying and so eager to create, then you must find those places to create for yourself, whether it's gathering 3 or 4 friends in your living room, and on the web you can find free scripts and monologues and all kinds of acting tools. And gather those people in your living room and run off scripts, hand them off, and read. Find and say, well, you be the coach tonight and tell me if this looks real. Because bottom line, the script has to look, those words on the script has to look like they are words that you are living that role, that you are talking. If you're talking to someone as if they betrayed you, again, that as if, then it better look like you've been betrayed. And how am I going to go on with the rest of my life if you would treat me like that? So it better seem real, or else the audience doesn't want to watch.
Yeah, it's just believable. I mean, this is such a crash course here in your book.